Today we're going to be talking about beneficiaries, and joining me today is Colton Saunders with Edward Jones. And Colton, we were talking a little bit before this about beneficiaries, and you don't really think about it, but it is very important to do this because you can save a lot of, I hate to use the word hassle, but it just makes it a lot easier if something were to happen to you.
Agreed, Mike. And the thing is it can be very costly, of course, if you don't name the proper beneficiaries. Not only could it go through probate and could be costly and timely process for your heirs, but also it's just so simple to name the right beneficiaries. So hopefully this can maybe serve as a good reminder to review those beneficiaries and think maybe, if you have had a major life event or change, such as, a death or divorce or something like that, make sure and go back and review those beneficiaries. It seems like a lot of times people will open up these, insurance policies or investment accounts. They'll set a beneficiary designation and kind of not look back. And so it is important to double check those every once in a while.
And if you don't name a beneficiary, then it's just one of those things where it has to go to probate, and then you're ending up spending more time trying to figure out how this is all going to be put out to the different people that are in that area too.
Exactly. And I think a lot of folks don't realize is beneficiary designations, they carry significant weight under the law. A lot of times these designations will actually supersede what's maybe written in a will or in a living trust. And so you want to make sure that these are correct, again, just to avoid that probate process or maybe them going to the wrong person. And then there's, of course, more complex cases. Maybe if you have someone in your family with special needs, then maybe maybe you need to look into like a special needs trust or something like that. So there can be even more complex situations that it may be good to talk to your your financial advisor or your attorney or something like that to make sure that what you have set up is correct.
Right, and these things change a lot too. There's a lot of different times, like you mentioned, life-changing events that happen that you really need to kind of go back and take a look at your beneficiaries.
Of course, yeah, and probably one of the most common situations that we will run into is somebody names their spouse as the primary beneficiary, but they fail to put on a secondary or a contingent
Right.
beneficiary. And the bad thing that happens in that case, if God forbid both of the spouses, the account owner and the primary beneficiary were to pass, there's no one underneath them as a beneficiary. So adding that secondary beneficiary can provide very important. So again, we definitely suggest talk to your financial advisor, talk to your legal professionals. That's what we're here to do, and we'll be happy to help, if you ever want a second opinion on that.
And how do they get a hold of you, Colton?
Well, go to edwardjones.com. You can type in your zip code, and there's several of us here in town. We'd be happy to chat.
All right, Colton, great information. Thanks again for joining us today.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, well, stay with us. We're going to be right back.